Hi everyone. I'm sitting in my room up north, northern England, in my hotel room. Today is Thursday morning, quite early morning, the 20th of April. Last night, a video that I was discussing with you, sort of thinking out loud on the future of this channel, has been published. I did not expect the response that I received. No, I did not expect such a positive and encouraging and overwhelming at times respond through the comments on that video. It took me by complete surprise. Yeah. Sometimes you talk to a camera and there's no immediate feedback, but the fact that I know how many people are watching me on the other side, from all walks of life, from all corners of the earth. If you read through the comments from basically from everywhere. And all have a common line to them, encouraging and complimentary. Really, I was overwhelmed by it. And I decided this morning that I need to record a thank you video. That's the minimum I can do for two reasons. One, to thank you for actually typing a comment. And some of you who English is not your native language, you still did not give in and you wrote your comment through translator software or the best you can, and that is very much appreciated. But the words of encouragement and a pat on my back type of comments, and the fact also that I realized that I did contribute to quite a few of you in your daily lives, especially when it comes to the vaping, that gave me encouragement to carry on with this channel. Yeah. Also, quite a few of you expressed the fact that it doesn't have to be a product review as such. It could also be a subject that might be interesting to quite a few, still to do with vaping, and some things that might have some connection to vaping, or some things that have nothing to do with vaping, just an interesting subject. And I had a subject in mind to talk about when I get back to London tomorrow. And weather permitting, hopefully I'll do it to my garden that I quite miss. So this insert will be done in the edit just before that subject. I don't want to lengthen this video because I'm not sure yet how long it'll take me, the video that I'm thinking of talking about tomorrow. But I felt I need to say thank you all, and I appreciate every comment and encouragement all of you have posted on the channel in response to that video. Yeah. It goes a long way. Yeah. And it means the world to me, personally. Me and my team, we went through last night all the comments. I tried to reply as much as I can, and it's still coming strong. So I hope by the weekend when you watch this video, I'll manage to reply to all. That's the minimum I can do. But I felt I need to address it on a video. So instead of having just a video with a thank you to it, I will attach this to another video that I was thinking to upload the coming weekend. So again, I want to thank you all for the major encouragement you gave me through your comments. And yeah, so N.E.T Vapers channel has not reached the vaping journey's end yet, and I'll try to keep it active as long as I can. Yeah, so that's what's the video about. Yeah, really, no fancy words, just thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you'll enjoy the subject that's going to come up now. And without further ado, I would just say again, thank you to you all. Very much appreciate your feedback, encouragement, and advice. For me personally, that kind of response to a video is heartwarming, knowing that this channel is not only for cold, heartless vape reviews just for a product and goodbye, next product, goodbye. No, this is more of a community type of atmosphere and spirit, and everyone is part of it, and that what makes me feel warm and happy that this channel is what it is, and keep me going to keep on this channel going. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to to become too gushy about it or emotional, but I think you could read between the lines how appreciative I am, and it actually worked. Yeah, it's exactly what the doctor orders. We all need sometimes a boost, and your response to that video was my boost. Yeah. So let me get to my busy day today, and hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be on the train on the way back to London, and hopefully in the afternoon I'll record a video on a subject I wanted to talk about quite a while, and I hope you'll find it interesting. Right, so I wouldn't say bye-bye now, because most probably will be a bye-bye after that video, but again, thank you very much, much appreciated. Welcome to N.E.T. Vapor Reviews. Today is, well, Friday afternoon. I finally arrived home after a long week up north. Yeah, I'm nearly towards the end of this very busy period, and I'm sure by now you've watched my short thank you video I've done for my hotel room. Yeah, I'm sure you watched that, so let's not go back to that. The channel is back on, all okay now. I was thinking on this subject I want to talk to you about today quite a while, and I wasn't sure if I should bring it up. It's sort of a bit personal, not so much the personal, I'm just going to get the camera steady here. But it is, yeah. Anyway, but this subject is, I'm sure, very relevant to many, many vapers. Many vapers. And I spoke to so many who experienced the same struggle and difficulty to remain vapers and not to go back to smoking. And that applies mainly to pipe and cigar smokers, but also to cigarette smokers, that we'll come to in a minute. Yeah, so since it's Friday afternoon, you might hear some background noise. It's not like my normal morning, quiet, silent, only the birds. So, yeah, I hope it's not going to come through because the speaker is quite close to my mouth. So I hope it's all going to be okay. Okay, so now, what brought this issue to be raised on my channel? Well, an email I received from a subscriber, and his name is My Durag Civic. I hope I didn't butcher his name. I do apologize to you if I did. Yeah. So if he'll comment on this video, I hope he would, because he allowed me to use his name. Yeah, so he sent me an email when he watched the video that I put on the channel in regards of my problems that I didn't have what to review, and I was thinking of perhaps the channel has come to an end, really. Among the influx of such positive feedback that I already mentioned, that I want to go through to again, his email came through, and I'll read it to you. So make yourself a cup of coffee if you didn't so far, and take a good vape, and we'll go through it, because this is a very important subject. So this review might take a few minutes longer, but if it's relevant to you, it might be helpful. Okay, so he writes as follows. Hi Nathan, I have to reply about your last video. You're such a... Okay, I'm not gonna go through all his compliments to me. It's not... Yeah. So he writes like this. Okay, I'm originally from Serbia. Okay, I've got his paper right here. I'm originally from Serbia. In 2014, I quit smoking with vaping, with e-leaf pen vaping device and Decang e-liquid, Dunhill artificial tobacco. Dunhill is pipe tobacco, very good quality. So I'm not sure what this is, Dunhill artificial tobacco. I was thrilled. I enjoyed it so much, and I couldn't touch cigarettes. Then I've got an offer to move to Australia with a working skill visa with my family. So obviously he's a highly skilled individual, because otherwise he wouldn't have got that visa. Then I've been told that electronic cigarettes are banned in Australia, and I'm not allowed to bring them in. That was a huge disappointment for me, and I have struggled a lot to go back on cigarettes. First 2 years in Australia, I've been fully cigarette smoker. So he went back to smoking cigarettes. Then started to buying vaping gear online. But I still smoking cigarettes, but from 50-60 a day, I managed to come down to 5 to 10 per day. That is amazing. I am not sure what's happened and why I haven't been able to pass on vaping as first time, but I think that I'm getting there. You know that when you smoke cigarettes, you can't fully taste e-liquid, and that the exact point why I bother you with such a long email. I found very useful watching your reviews. Okay, he goes on giving me a few compliments. As much I decreasing cigarettes, that much I can taste more N.E.Ts. That goes that far that I've watched some of your videos maybe 20-30 times. Well, I am flattered. Furthermore, my wife and son, and now listen to this one. I couldn't stop laughing. Furthermore, my wife and son are making a joke about me. When they hear "Welcome to N.E.T. Vapor Reviews," they know that I will have a nap. Very often that happens when I am tired and I fall asleep while listening to your reviews. I couldn't stop laughing. Anyway, he goes on, I want to thank you again, and yeah. Okay, best regards to you and your family, and stay well. So I replied to him, whatever I replied, and then he replies back. So I said to him, I'm happy my reviews help him to sleep. So he writes, oh sorry, I forgot very important thing about your reviews and my sleeping. Funny story is, even my family knows you very well and your voice. But have you heard about hypnosis for quit smoking? When I sleep and you're talking about good N.E.Ts, you subconsciously attract me to vaping, or or me subconsciously going away from cigarettes. Something like that, that works for me. I found that fascinating. First of all, the way he wrote it, yeah, very honest, very straightforward. No apologies, no excuses, just facts. That he couldn't keep the vaping going, and he went back to cigarettes and back to vaping with cigarettes. So less cigarettes, more vaping. And yeah, so that well, I decided to I think this 1 minute, I can never get this camera right here in the garden. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so that made me think maybe I should talk about the subject about the struggle of a vapor to stay in the vaping and not going back to the cigarettes. There is two types of struggles. One is to start vaping in the first place, and then when you started the vape, to stay within the vape and not to go back to smoke. So we're going to talk more about the second half of the struggle. Because if you're a smoker and you want to start vaping, that already is a big step towards your goal. And then when you start the vape and you start reducing the smoking, you're coming nearer to your goal. When you reduce the smoking further, because not many can cut it off completely. When I first started vaping, it took me a while to get off my cigars. The cigarettes was fairly instant. And that is funny because when I started to vape, after 2-3 weeks, I threw out the cigarettes and that was it. The cigars and the pipe blends that I've got, and the pipe as well, I still have after 4 years, So the cigarettes was an instant fallout, and that is great. So that I think is the easier bit, because especially with naturally extracted tobacco, you got today the e-cig and all sorts of from Drake's and Juice Cabin, the ones my favorite brands, and La Tabacaria can mimic a cigarette to such an extent that you like smoking, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Now, when it comes to a smoker of cigars and pipe, that is a different matter, because the taste of tobacco when it comes to cigars and pipes is entirely different to cigarettes. Entirely. I mean, a pipe smoker would never touch a cigarette. A cigar smoker would never touch a cigarette. When I used to smoke cigarettes and cigars mainly, after I smoked a cigar and I took a cigarette, it was yuck. Phew. It was paper. But I needed the nicotine. And if you smoke cigars and pipe, you get the nicotine through your mouth, through your nostrils, but it's in a slower pace than when you actually inhale the smoke to your lungs. So, yeah. So if I smoked a mild blend pipe tobacco, like a mild English mixture or Virginia or whatever it was, and occasionally I used to take a small inhale just to calm my nicotine crave, and then I could fully enjoy those tobacco flavors without the craving of the nicotine. And eventually you do get the nicotine hit through your nostrils and mouth, or cheeks rather, enough to keep you satisfied. Yeah. Now, a few weeks ago, well, it's now 2 months, a friend of mine from the past, when I used to smoke, he's a very, very close friend. We studied together in university, and then we met up afterwards. We were friends for many years, and well, he lives now mainly in Europe, in Germany. I think he's got a base in Germany. I think he also deals in Belgium. He's quite an entrepreneur, and I think he's got a few properties in a few places. He's still not yet married. There's a bit of how should I put it in a nice way? Still wants to taste the world before he settles down. I know his girlfriend. She is an amazing girl, but he likes to travel, and he likes to, he likes the good times. Anyway, I'm the opposite, and we used to always joke about that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think he'll ever watch this review, but if he does, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyway, so he brought me a gift, not knowing that I was vaping. And that gift was an amazing gift, and I'll show it to you in a minute. Now, believe me, that was a big temptation, this gift. Big temptation indeed. You see, there's no policeman over me. If I wanted to smoke, I could have smoked. I'm very careful when it comes to spiritual sin, between me and my maker. But when it comes to things of pleasure, meaning allowed pleasure, there's no rule or commandment to forbid you for smoking, except for preserve your health. Yeah, it does say in the Bible to preserve your health. Indeed, it does. Yeah, but when it comes to pipe and cigars, it's not. Well, it's nowhere near as dangerous as cigarettes, of course. And especially when you smoke them outdoors, you can find many excuses to allow yourself a cigar here and there, or smoke a bowl of pipe here and there. I don't know if you ever watched my review of that English mixture Balata Baccaria versus blend by Peterson, my mixture 965, I think it was. That was an English mixture, Virginia Oriental and Latakia blend. I smoked actually a pipe. Oh, those flavors. Oh. Still in my mind, Yeah. I haven't touched a pipe since, but I know, you see, I used to smoke pipes, mainly cigars though. Cigars are a different type of blend. It's not so much blends with an S, it's more of a few leaves, the wrapper, the inner leaf, the outer wrapper. And each cigar gives different type of flavors of the tobacco leaf, where it was grown, how it was cured, where it was matured. It's a whole... I love tobacco, and that is my problem. I love tobacco, I love talking about tobacco, and that's why I enjoy so much reviewing N.E.Ts. And that's what this video is also about, why N.E.Ts are so vital for people like me who love tobacco. There is such a thing as alcoholic who loves whiskey and alcohol. There is no tobaccoholic, but it's a very sort of similar idea, that someone loves tobacco, not the actual smoking, the flavors of that smoke. Yeah. Nicotine, I'm getting plenty from my naturally extracted tobacco. But N.E.Ts, you do get the tobacco flavor. Anyway, I don't want to go off the subject. So going back to the present he bought me, I'll show you what it was. Okay, if you're a pipe smoker, you will know instantly this name. Savinelli. Savinelli is in the caliber of Kayfon, Fev, or the Typhoon or Tayfon, I don't know how you spell it. High-end pipes. And not only Savinelli. When I used to smoke pipe, I used to love English mixture mainly. and Virginias. But every once in a while, I used to smoke a aromatic blend. Now, with aromatic blends, because the contents of the sugar is higher, it can cause to overheat the bowl. So it becomes a hot smoke, and that can cause tongue bite, meaning that when you smoke your pipe, you sort of get a sensation in your tongue, like a burning sensation, and that can ruin your smoke completely. Obviously, there is methods how to avoid the tongue bite by smoking it slowly. There's a breathing method, or by using a pipe with a very long stem mouthpiece, so it cools the smoke. So this friend of mine remembered that I used to enjoy aromatics on occasion, and he knows very well, because he also smokes a pipe, that a long stem pipe is the ideal pipe for aromatics. So that's what he bought me. I'll show it to you. Yeah, I know it's a vaping channel, but we're talking about how to deal with struggles of a vapor not to return to smoking. And that's what we're going to come to eventually. Now watch this. I mean, the sun is not shining. Well, it is shining a bit, but it's shining sort of the back now. But just look at this grain. 1 minute. I don't know if you can see it so well. Can you see this grain? And you can see here the stamp marked by Savinelli, and this is called Savinelli Clark's favorite, Church Warden. Just look at this. This is a perfect pipe for aromatics, because the smoke travels a long way till it gets to your mouth and cools the smoke down, so you won't get a tongue bite from aromatics. But he bought me as well one of the best pipe tobacco. Yeah, Quiet Nights by GL Peas. Yeah, you can see it yourself. Now the flavor profile on this, obviously it is completely sealed. That's why I'm talking about temptation. I never opened it, not even to smell. I'm too scared. Well, Quiet Nights, reach deep, contemplative, ripe red Virginia, fine Orientals, smoky Cyprus Latakia. Do you know how good that sounds? And a pinch of Acadian Perique, are pressed and matured in cakes before being sliced. The sophisticated flavors and exotic aroma provides a wonderful backdrop for a quiet moment of reflection, a good book, and if you are so inclined, perhaps a wee dram. It's just up my alley, isn't it? You could have thought I'm talking about a naturally extracted tobacco flavor profile, wouldn't you? But that is exactly the point that I'm coming to in a minute. So these two are a pipe smoker's dream, or any tobacco lover's dream, to be honest. Yeah, let me put this away. We don't want to keep temptation too long in the open. This is worth a penny, this pipe, and the tobacco as well. I don't think you can get it in the UK. Maybe you can, I don't know. I think he got it in Europe. But anyway, so he gave me this present. I told him, I'm so sorry. I have really appreciate the gift, but I don't smoke. And he could not believe it. how, Nathan, you not smoking your cigars? He just couldn't believe it. If you knew me when I was smoking, the enjoyment I had from cigars, you would understand his amazement. How is it possible that I don't smoke anymore? Yeah. Unbelievable when you think about it. And the answer is how? Squarely, for me, naturally extracted tobacco. In here, I've got the Piloto Cubano by La Tabacaria. If not for Piloto Cubano, or if not for my other blends that I enjoy so much, I'm not going to go through the list, it's quite a long one, is no chance that I will still be a vapor. No chance. And I know it for certain that if a naturally extracted tobacco was no more available, I'm going back to smoking. The love to tobacco is so strong that you need the best quality tobacco liquids to quench that craving. You see, when I vape good quality natural extracted tobacco, I do not, the craving is there for this blend, yes, but it is manageable and controlled. And that is what the point of this review is all about, this subject. If you're struggling and you crave your cigars, your pipe, or even your cigarettes, you need to find the right setup. And then you will notice that slowly, those cravings will be controlled. They will not go away completely. Because if it is just nicotine craving from your smoking, then the e-liquids will satisfy it fully, because you're vaping nicotine. You might, it's different than smoking, because smoking, as I said a few times, you smoke and the nicotine peaks in your brain, the nicotine craving, so you satisfy yourself, and then it starts going down, an hour, 2 hours, all depends what habits you've got. Then you need another cigarette, then it goes back up. Vaping is sort of more or less on a single line. So you vape much more than you smoke, because the nicotine is delivered to the bloodstream in a much slower pace than actual smoke. Therefore, you need to vape for longer periods of times or more often than when you smoked. But if for the nicotine only, that is just the vaping will satisfy you properly. But if you love tobacco, and that means if nicotine only, you can vape fruit or desserts, because you're satisfying that nicotine craving with a banana flavor. It doesn't make a difference what flavor. But if it is tobacco you love, then naturally extracted tobacco, it is vital for your success. Non-authentic tobacco, some people find it satisfying, yes, but as soon as you taste the authentic naturally extracted, you would say to yourself, what? Where was I all this time? Yep. It is for me. So if it is for you as well, I hope you'll find some comfort in this video, saying that I'm vaping now for 4 years and I still crave very, very much tobacco blends and cigars, but it is controlled with good naturally extracted tobacco. My neighbors, lovely people, lovely people, but their children, quite boisterous. And I hope you don't, maybe you hear them in the video or not, I'm not sure, but they're lovely. Anyways, so yeah, so that was the video is all about. I wonder if you struggle, if you love tobacco the way I do, and to be honest, do you ever sneak a cigar here and there, or do you smoke a bowl once a week and that quenches your craving for tobacco, real tobacco? Or do you say nothing at all, I'm not touching it, because if I do I might fall back? Or you say no, I can control it to one cigar a week. I know a vapor who was actually a subscriber to this channel, I'm not going to say his name, and he loves cigars. We meet a lot of times in the cigar club I go on the Tuesdays that I mentioned a few times in my reviews. So I vape and he smokes a cigar, but when he's left the cigar club, he's vaping all the way until the following time we meet in the cigar club, and he has another cigar. And he says to me, Nathan, you know, I admire your will not to touch a cigar even once. I said to him, it's not so much that. You see, the problem is I am truthful to myself, and if I know that if I smoke on occasion, I won't feel good about myself reviewing vape stuff, you know? Yeah, and also I love tobacco so much that I'm scared to, you know, that one time, that review I've done, it left a mark on me. It did for quite a while. It took me to sort of forget those flavors. Yeah. So I know my weaknesses and I stay away from them and don't bring myself to a situation where I have to fight it head on. So I go in a roundabout with this excellent setup. That is my secret. Well, it's not a secret, but that is my way of doing it. So, oh, the video is already 30 minutes. Wow. I didn't want it to go for so long. But I understood from your feedback that you don't mind a bit of vape chat. So here we go. Vape chat. Yeah. It's nothing like coming home for the weekend, Friday, and I know I've got till, well, I need to leave back up north, this time already Sunday, because I got to be on the site Monday morning, 7:30, 8 a.m. So yeah, but then the following weekend I'm back, and that is it, I'm back in the office. I might even come back to the office already midweek. I'm not sure, we'll see. If I'm lucky, if I manage to arrange things, I manage to get back to the office earlier. I need to review the Greek Basma by Drake's. That will be most probably when I'm back in the office, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so what's the punchline of this video is, don't fear, don't despair that it's taking your time, that you can't get off the cigarettes. Like, what was his name? Where's that piece of paper gone now? Oh gosh, it's disappeared. The wind took it away someplace. I can't remember his name. It's a bit of a difficult name, but you shouldn't despair. Even if you smoke 5 or 10 a day and not 60, that is already a major achievement. Major achievement. So don't feel as if you're not doing anything. You're doing majorly. From 60 down to 10 is amazing. Well done. And all of you who vape and smoke, but smoke less because of the vaping. And even the guy that I mentioned before, that he smokes a cigar once a week or a bowl of pipe once a week, whatever it is, and all the rest of the week you vape, well done. Because instead of a cigar a day or 2 cigars a day or 2-3 bowls a day, it's once a week. It's a big difference. And those cigarette smokers, like the one we were talking about in the beginning of the review, what a shame I lost a piece of paper. I don't want to knock the camera off because the speaker's attached to it, but never mind, the microphone. It's a major achievement. And eventually you reduce the smoking more and more until you become a full-time vapor. But the most crucial part is to choose, if you're a tobacco lover, to choose the right naturally extracted tobacco. And I hope that this channel is the right place for you, because I review on this channel a lot of good tobacco blends that will keep you satisfied nearly fully. And that extra little bit remaining, that is much easier to control with will. You don't need strong will. With a bit of willpower, that little bit you can control if you've got the right setup. And that could be said also for stock oil or pod kits. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't have to be high-end or even mid-budget RTAs. It can be even the most cheapest RTA. If it brings you good flavor, good enough, that's good enough. And especially La Tabacaria today have got designed liquids for stock oil. Really, the e-cig is so like a cigarette. Or the American Blend by Drake's without that smoky note. Yeah, there you have to go through my reviews. The Virginia for pod, extra dry for pod. All those are amazing. And yeah, so today really is you got the best possible chance to get off the smoking and start vaping. That is much, much healthier. 95% healthier. Not said by me, by the biggest experts in medicine here in England. Eventually, this truth will eventually prevail and win over all the lies and misinformation and greed that is behind the anti-vape campaign. And yeah, vaping will become the new smoking, in my opinion. The new healthier smoking. Obviously, if you can quit, no vape, no smoke, good for you. But I'm not one of those, no. I enjoy my vape, and hopefully I'll vape this to the end of days. Right, so this was the vape chat of today. I hope it was beneficial to you in some way and gave you encouragement to carry on, not to give up. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so I'm gonna enjoy the remaining few hours of daylight, and I'm looking forward for the weekend to be with my family and friends. And I'm looking forward to get back to the office and start my reviews again. Yeah, see how it goes. Maybe we'll do a live chat again. We'll see. I'm much more relaxed now about it. So all your comments and feedback on that video really done the trick. And yeah, so it's winning all around. Okay, until the next time, enjoy your vape and stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye for now.